Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode. Sorry, my hair is just crazy as usual. I don't know. When you get older, your hair just goes wherever it wants to. I did brush my hair this morning. Anyways, I just wanted to do a video. There's not going to be anything specific in this one. I've had a busy few days. As you know, on Friday, it was my daughter's birthday, and I did do an interview with her, and it seems like you guys really enjoyed that. Thumbs up. Then on Saturday, I was cleaning the garden because I wanted to do a garden update, and by the end of doing all those plant pots and trays, my back was sore, so I rested for the rest of the day. On Sunday, we had a sewer backup in our basement. It wasn't nothing major like it has in the past. It was just, I guess, with the washing machine, it empties the barrel of water, like that whole drum inside is full of water, so that's a lot of water it's shedding. And so when we use other things, it like the sinks or the dishwasher, it wasn't backing up. It was just with the washing machine, like the laundry machine. So we waited all day Sunday for someone to come and snake the drain. So whatever is slowing down the water flow, they could undo. So we waited all day, and we couldn't deal with it till Monday. So that's just part of the course, right? And then on Monday I did a video. Sunday, when we were waiting, it was supposed to be our grocery day. So because we were waiting and we hadn't heard anything, it ended up getting bumped till Tuesday. So then Tuesday we did the grocery shopping, and it was a big shop, and my back was sore. So again, I had to rest. And then on Wednesday, my boyfriend Scott went and had his teeth done. But because of his Huntington's, they had to do it through sedation. So I've been monitoring, making sure he's okay and that he has what he needs and everything. So today is Thursday, and so I figure I'm going to do a video on just cleaning up my office, because since probably the weekend, I've just been dumping things here, or when I have an hour or two, I was starting to read books and getting into some of my old interests. So I thought I would just do a video on an update, cleaning my office, showing you my Amazon haul. Well, it's not really a haul. I got a few things. And just stuff like that. It's just going to be like an update video. So so that's it. I just wanted to show you. That's not supposed to be on camera. I'll just stick it down here. All right. So I have this book. Oh, I guess I can. Yes, my computer is on. I was watching some YouTube videos. That's the home page. Is another one of my hobbies, is to watch YouTubers. So anyways, this was a book that was found in a rental property that was given to me, and I really like it because of these metal clips. Actually, I should take that out. It is so cool. It actually has these metal things that actually holds it closed. There's no lock on it or anything, and because I did take some pages out, it doesn't close proper. But isn't that cool? I was thinking this would be cool to make it into a journal, right? I don't know. I just thought it was so cool. But if I make it into a journal, the pages that are in it, I don't want them in there, right? because there's just too many pages, and by the time you put your ephemera in, this thing is going to be so wide it's never going to close. So I want to empty it out, and then just sew in maybe one signature, maybe, I don't know, 7 pages makes 14 when you fold them. Just something small so you can put some ephemera in here, but not as many as there are pages. So I wanted to show you. So I cut it open. Like, you take an X-Acto knife, and then you cut along here. See, this main page is still here, but I cut along here, and then I flipped it over, and I did the same thing on the back. Like, this back actually has an envelope in it. Isn't that cool? But I also cut it along here. Yeah, it's just the envelope. There's no page. And then it was really heavy duty glue in here. So I had to, with the knife, I had to kind of chisel it away because there was glue on either side in here. And so then I removed it. So now all I have is the shell. It still has the pouch in it, which I think will be nice. So now all I have to do is put a piece of material here, and then just so that this gets covered, because it's not very pretty looking like that, put a piece of material, and then because this is pretty thick, I'm going to have to use a hole punch to make holes in it, and then stitch a signature in it, and then I can make it into some sort of journal. Maybe it'll be my next year calendar, my Angelika's journal book, and I could put like a 2-page spread of the month calendar, and then add an extra sheet of paper in between, so you have a 2-month spread with extra paper, just like I did this one here. Maybe next year I'll print it on the computer myself and then just do it in this, and that'll be a nice book. I don't know, it's an idea, right? Because this one is going to expire, you know, come the new year, right? So I just wanted to show you that's what I did with that one. And then now I'm taking each section. I should have you lower because I'm lower down. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me just take you off the height. Whoa. There we go. That'll probably work better. Okay, so now I'm separating the sections, cutting the stitching so that each section is separate. And then if I need to, I'll go to the middle of each signature. See, again, I called it a section. It's a signature. See, there's like stitching in here. So I'll just take my little scissors that are really sharp, and I'll just cut that. And I already did it with some. So then what ends up happening is you get a 2-page spread. And this you can use in this kind of journal. You can use it in a journal that you make, like this one that I made for my idea book. Or I could even use them in here if I make it into a calendar. These could be my scrap papers for each month where I write down my analytics, right? So I could use some of the sheets in here. It does not, what I'm trying to say is it does not need to be this size of a journal. It's either this size or bigger. So you really could use it in almost any journal. And because I separated it, it's a 2-page spread, but they're connected, right? Because I cut the stitching. So now I have these extra pages. So that's another idea. You know, you can even do it with like just a regular book. I wouldn't with this one because this is what I'm reading right now. But if I wanted to, I could do it with this one because every book has signatures. And if you take the signatures apart, you can take it apart as a 2-page spread like this is, or you can just cut it and have it as a single page for a journal, right? You can just glue it in or something. So, and then this one also had this. Now, what I wanted to mention about this is like, okay, it was put in as a bookmarker, which, yeah, a lot of books do. But what I didn't realize is this part was actually glued directly on here. So this was glued on here, right? You have the red ribbon glued on, and then it was the binding. Because when I took the binding off, I had to rip this off of this part of the binding. It was actually glued onto here. And the way they did it when they made this is they put some material on it, because this is the fiber that was on the inside. I don't know if it's zooming in on it. See how it's kind of fibrous? This is what they glued onto here. They sewed the signatures onto this piece of material and then glued this into the book cover. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes it's nice dissecting a book and seeing how it was put together, because I've seen people that make journals, they'll stitch the signatures onto a strip of cardboard and then glue the cardboard into the cover. And now I understand why, because I've taken a book apart. So that cardboard is the same thing as the material, right? Do you get it? Yeah. So whether you use material or a piece of cardboard, the signatures are attached to that, and then that is attached to the cover. Now, I wouldn't use material unless you have a hard cover, or if you're okay with it being very flimsy, because if it's not glued into a hard cover, this is going to be constantly moving around, and so the glue from this may not stay in your cover, which might be why they use cardboard. But anyways, I just wanted to mention it. I just thought, oops, I just kicked the camera tripod. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that. That's why I kept it. And the ribbon I could always put back in, because in this one I don't have a ribbon. I have the dangles, but I always got to look, where's, you know what, like this month is September. Where's September, right? So you're always looking. Whereas if you put this in it, then wherever this is sitting, you know that's where you are in your calendar. Anyways, big story, just to give you an insight on what I discovered. And this was, I don't know, it was probably on Sunday when I was bored waiting. And so this is the book I'm well, not reading from cover to cover, but I'm kind of flipping through it. It's again part of history. It's not ancient history. This is from the I know on the camera it's backwards. It's Renaissance and Reformation times, and it's basically 1400s and 1500s. This is another book my mom had since I was young. So yeah, it says like 1493, 1492, 1485, 1467, 1452. So basically the 1400s, and then up until like 1582, 1598, I don't see any 16, so I'm thinking it's the 1400s and 1500s, and it's basically Europe, because the places they talk about: Italy, Spain, France, England, German artists, Portugal, Spain, French explorers, Germany, England, Scotland. So that's what this book is, and I just love this kind of stuff. I've mentioned it on other videos about evolution, so everything from the past. I love to read about it, learn how they dealt with things and what they did, and just that kind of stuff. Just curiosity, right? And I don't remember what day. This could have been Sunday, and this could have been like Saturday or something. I don't know. But in the last few days, I've gone back to cookbooks. Now, 3 types of diets stand out for me. They interest me. One is blue zones. There are 5 pockets in the world where they live to over 100. And this particular individual went, he's a journalist, Dan Buettner. I hope I'm allowed to say it. Now, I'm not sponsored. None of these I'm sponsored. This is just what interests me and what I am doing right now. And I have done it in the past, back and forth. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I forget about it for a while, then I go back to it. Yeah, so he's put together 9 things that are common in the 5 places that things that are in common between these 5 areas of the world where people are living to over 100. So I find that interesting. So I went back to that. And then another thing that interests me is blood type diet. It basically, there is a bit of history in this one and the book before this one. There's actually 3 books that he wrote, and it is Dr. Peter Damel. And in his books, I've read all 3. Basically, with evolution, as different blood types evolved and was developed, I guess, there were different types of foods that the human race was eating. And so I'm an O blood type, and supposedly it's the original, but there's some debate as to whether A is the original, and then it kind of died out a bit when O came around, and then now A, I think, is more popular, I think, unless they could have changed. But anyways, so now his idea is that certain foods you eat, your body reacts differently to it. It's a chemical process. Once you body processes the food, some things is easier for your body to process than other, depending on your blood type. I don't know if there's any truth to this, so don't take my word for it. It's just something that interests me, right? Different discoveries people are making, and whether it's true or not, it's interesting to understand the logic behind it, right? What their train of thought is. And okay, it could be possible, or maybe it's not, you know what I mean? But it's still interesting. So I got this food list. It's just a little pocketbook you can take with you in your purse to go to the grocery store. And then this one not only tells a quick run through of the history behind it, but it also has some recipes. And each recipe tells you what blood type it's good for. He also says that certain blood types are more prone to certain diseases than other ones, which is also really interesting. And then this is another recipe book, and you can tell I've got a few tabs for some recipes I want to try. And then, of course, just plain old everyday grilling. We all love to grill, right? And see, one of my issues is I just use basic spices. And then when I do a stir fry, I never know what to use to make the gravy, like the sauce to it. So that's why I like some of these books, because they, they have recipes for it. They tell you how to make that sauce, or certain spices are good. I also have a herb book too. It's like really thick. It's a big book. Um, and it tells you for every spice what foods it goes with. So, but it's like on a whim, because I don't like to cook. But I like to know these things so that when I do my basic cooking, it's like, oh, I could do this. And then if I remember, I go and I try it, or I write it down on a piece of paper, leave it in the kitchen, and then I'll try it. And if it's good, great. If it's not, I just won't do it again. And then another one is the keto. I have been on a keto diet before. I did feel better on keto. I was just concerned because of my age to eat that much fat. I know you're supposed to go get into ketosis, and that, it just worries me. When you're at my age, switching to a new way of eating is a big shocker on your body. And so I do lean towards keto. I am very much a meat eater. I love my veggies. I was brought up with veggies. My mom loved veggies, always cooking it. So meat and veggies, I'm good with. I am not much of a fruit person. I do like my pasta, but I did a little test on myself when I was younger. And I went a whole week with no pasta, no wheat products at all. And then after the 7 days were over, I made my favorite meal, which is pasta and sauce. I love my meat sauce. I throw extra veggies in it. I love my meat sauce. And so I had that as my first dinner after being 7 days without any pasta. And I ended up so tired and sleepy afterwards that it made me realize my body doesn't like it. When you go without for 7 days, or even I think you can do it for like 3 or 5 days, and then all of a sudden you have that food, and if your body reacts in a negative way, then your body doesn't like that food. Don't eat it. You know what I mean? So anyways, yeah, keto's another one. I love their recipes. And yeah. And then of course I have my little, it's just a blank notebook. I was going to, from these recipe books, I was going to jot down some notes for myself. So I need to clean that all off my desk, which is the whole point of this video. Now this one I'm going to leave here. These are all recipe books. This one I'm going to put in the bedroom, and this one I'm going to put on the dining room table. So I will pause you, and then we'll continue on, because now this is clean. Now I got to clean that table where the sewing machine is. So I will pause you, and I'll be right back. Oh, hopefully I don't hit the wrong button. All right, I'm back. Now, on that side, oh, I have this stuff. It needs to be cleaned up. That's for my vape. That is my keto journal, which I put over here when I'm looking for paper to add to a book. I come over here. Oh, there we go. I can put it in there. And then these mailers and envelopes. flyers. Oh, when does this expire? October 15th. So this is still good. So I'm going to keep this one out. But this other stuff I don't need. What's this? Oh, those coupons are still valid. Let's see these coupons. Any coupons? Yep. Oh, those are still valid. And that's still valid. All right. And then I have these bags from deliveries that we've received. And I keep them. You can use them as backing on your ephemera. There you go. You can use them as backing on your ephemera. You could, like this one has blank. There's no writing on the bag other than the sticker. You could cut this to a page size. Oh, this one has oils on it, so that one I wouldn't use. Well, I guess you could use the 7-Eleven one. You can basically cut it to a page size. And then you stick it in your journal. And then, like, the inside is brown. So it's just the outside you have to cover it up. Or you could just leave it too if you wanted to. Just put a pocket on it or something. So I do keep these. Mostly it's for backing to the ephemera. And I keep these advertisements, envelopes. They have little windows. I've got to start learning how to decorate those. So now over here, now I know I haven't done a tour with my cart, but I do have a cart, which I love. But you see that blue suitcase on the bottom? That was my mom's suitcase. I used to have it under my bed and I had stored stuff in it. But since I'm downsizing, I got it empty. And so I now use it for this kind of stuff. So if I need it, I know where to get it from. It's under that paint set I got from Value Village. Yeah, the blue suitcase. So I will take this off, put it up here, and then it's already open. And I'll see, look, it's full. So I don't really need to collect any more now. Oh, come on. Okay. Ooh, it's not going in. Oh, the Crayola. See, I even have the Crayola because you can use this as a book cover. Or you just, see, even soup. I love the kimchi soup. Breton crackers. Cheetos. My boyfriend loves his mac and cheese. Like, all this stuff can be reused. So I just stick it in there. Ooh, put it on the bottom shelf. You didn't see that. And then the paint set on top. And there you go. It's stored. I'll have to do a craft room tour at some point. As for these coupons, I do have a drawer in the living room. Oh, look at that. Where I store these. And then maybe once a month, 6 weeks, I'll go through it and pull anything that's expired. So anybody in the house, if they want to order out, or if they want to go out for like a lunch or a dinner, there are coupons in there that they can grab and use. So again, I'll pause you and I'll be right back. All right, so I put those in the drawer in the living room where they belong. There was some coupons in there, so I pulled them out and I went through them. And I found 2 that are expired. This one expires May 21st, 2023. So May, and we are September. So maybe even 5-6 months later, I'll go through the drawer. This one expires March 5th. I just noticed it in September. March, April, May, June, July, August, September, 6 months. So maybe I only go through that drawer once or twice a year. But now these are gold. You do not throw them away. They're expired, so we don't need them in that drawer. But they go in the suitcase for when I need something to back the ephemera. There, I just crammed it right in. Okay. I also wanted to mention there is a lot of ephemera that you could, or not ephemera, pretty papers that you can buy that are not that expensive, but they're paper. They're not cardstock. They're not thicker paper. They're the thin paper. And so to save money, if you collect those things, you can buy that pretty thinner paper. Most likely it's not backed behind it, but you can put that and then put something on the other side. And so you got to make use of some beautiful paper, with even wrapping paper, peel and stick wallpaper. That's what you put it on. And then you can just decorate it, right? But that is what's in the middle of your two sides that you're gluing onto it. And so you can save a lot of money. Regular printer paper is cheaper than cardstock. So you print it on regular printer paper, whatever, from the computer, and then back it with those cards, or the brown paper bags, or anything like that. It just gives it more strength, and it makes it more solid, so that you can stick it into pockets. Or you can just use the paper on the page, right? But if you are using it is to put in a pocket ephemera, then you want to use things like that. So I just wanted to mention that. Okay, so now we've got my Amazon thing that I got. Now, I really got to stop watching people on YouTube, because I see things, I learn how they do things, and then I want to do it. So I have to buy the supplies, right? Gotta stop doing that. Don't do that. Okay, and then there's one more thing, and then we're pretty much done. Okay, so first of all, I bought some hanging planters for my plants in the living room from Walmart. We went grocery shopping on Tuesday. I had to look at the piece of paper in the garbage. We went grocery shopping on Tuesday, and I bought myself a couple of new shirts like this. They only had one style, so I bought two of the exact same. And I've done that a few times now. And I got some undershirts so that these white ones don't show. It looks horrible. I got some black ones, and those are men's tank tops that I wear underneath. They cost less than if you buy women's. Seems like anything that's a woman's item will cost more than if you get the man's one. So undershirts, nobody sees them, right? Okay, you might be able to see a bit on the strap, but nobody sees them, so I buy the men's. It's cheaper. Anyways, I had bought the two pots for my hanging plants because, as I have mentioned, the one golden pothos, which I'll do a houseplant video maybe in the next week or two. It is on the list. But the one, it's in a pot that's too small, and so when I water it, you can't put as much water in it, so I needed a bigger hanging pot. So Walmart had one that was only $9, which is a pretty good price. Dollar Store does not sell the hanging one, at least not bigger than what I have. So I found this one at Walmart for $9. They only had 3 left. I took all 3 of them. There's 2 black and a white. And I'll show that to you on the video. Maybe when I repot that plant, I'll show it to you. As you know, I do have some hanging plants on brackets that are like right up at the ceiling level so that it can hang nicely in my living room window. Well, that long story, just to let you know, in that planter, when they put two together, they have these cubes. Now, I thought that was pretty cool. I'm not going to use it for journaling, but it's great for crafting. All you do is you put, like the paper bags I could cut it in a strip and then just glue it all around here. And then maybe glue something on here. Paint the whole thing with either water paint or acrylic paint. And then you can put a pretty picture on it, make a hole in the back, and then you can hang it on the wall. Or you could, here on my wall in the craft room, I could have like one of these sayings I could have on here. And then just, you could even, instead of using a nail and put a hole in it, you could use those command strips. And then just put it on here with the command strip. I could have one on either side. So like things like this, don't throw it away. If you're a crafty person, they can be used. So, crafts. This one will go in. Yeah, I'll put it with all my tapes, because that's not a journal thing. All right, so now from Amazon, you remember how I said that one Spider-Man journal that I'm doing, I want to implement dinosaurs and cars and trucks also. So what I did was, I got this. Dinosaur Vintage Junk Journal. And it has it has some blank pages. It has some medium-sized ephemera. It has full-size pages. I don't know what kind of dinosaur that is. Tiny little head. A little ephemera. And then there's some other page ones. Now, with the page one, you're probably thinking, well, how are you going to use that? Because if you put it in the journal, it's going to be like this. It's called a printer. You put this on your printer and you scan it, but you scan it at 50%. So you're not scanning it the full size. You're scanning it at a half size. And then because it's a half size, you then can turn it around and it's going to cover a whole page. And I thought something like this, I could put Spider-Man on his back. You know what I mean? Like Spider-Man is like kneeling down on his back as they're fighting, kind of thing. And then maybe have Thor under here. He's got to whack the dinosaur's foot or something. Kids are very creative. So to do things like that, if you can think it, they could probably think of more ideas than you as to how it's going to all blend together, right? So anyways, and it is a nice book. I probably won't use everything. So whatever ephemera I don't use, what I'll do is I'll back them, and I'll have lots of pockets in the journal, and then he could just pull it out. Maybe I'll even cut out the dinosaur instead of the whole card. Maybe I just cut out the critter itself. I don't know which one I can use. Or here, this one. Maybe I'll just cut part of the soil and then just cut this part, cut him out, and then he can take it out of the pocket and pretend, oh, he's gonna knock Spider-Man off of the other dinosaur. Like he can make up his own stories. And that's teaching kids to be creative, right? So I have no problem with that. And I thought this would be great. And then as for this one, I haven't opened. For the cars and truck, they had a sticker pack. If I can open it without damaging, hopefully, the stickers inside. Okay, so this I thought was really cute. And I can use this for my boyfriend, too, because his is cars and trucks, too. I don't know if he wants Spider-Man or dinosaur, but cars and trucks. And then there's a moped. And there's a farm truck. And a cement mixer. Oh, there's a love bug. Herbie the love bug. Volkswagen. And then you've got that one. And you even got a train car. There's a boat. This kind of looks like a golf cart, but kind of not. I don't know. Maybe a small 2-seater car. I know they do exist. And then that one. Let's see the cars. There are supposed to be cars in here. The train, the truck. Hopefully there's more cars in this. This is mostly big trucks. Oh, there's a motorcycle, a dump truck. Oh yeah, there's another car. So you got a motorcycle. You got a dump, or what are these called? They're not a dump truck. I don't know. I'm sure you guys know what it's called. Car. Here's another train. Looks like one of those ones that go really fast from country to country. Airplane. Forklift. Is that what it's called? Another one of those long-armed things. Truck. Oh, here's another car. And there's another car. And there's an ambulance. And there's a roller skate. I guess it's anything on wheels. Another. Oh, this is like the streetcar in San Francisco. Looks like it might be connected to electricity on the top. Camper. Volkswagen kind of deal. Another truck. Airplane. Another camper car. Oh, there's a skateboard. Front end of a car. Helicopter. And there's another helicopter. Cement mixer. Oh, there we go. This is the rail that goes across long distances. It goes real fast. Oh, there's a pickup truck. A choo-choo train. Another ambulance. Another car. One of the little, I know the name of them. You know what I mean. Those little cars. Hot air balloon. Another train. A food truck. Motorcycle. Like, there's all kinds in here. And since he likes trucks and cars, maybe I'll put in his the trucks, and then in my boyfriend's I'll put the cars. There was quite a few of cars though, so I should have enough. And don't forget, like I said, you can always print some online too. I'll probably search for an F-150 online, and I'll do a big one of that one, and then on other pages I'll have these little cars. And don't forget, if you don't like the white border, I know some people antique it. You can just cut it too. Just take a scissor and fussy cut it so you don't have that white border, which is probably what I'm going to do. Because I don't like the white border. It shows it's a sticker. Yeah, so anyways, that's those two. And then I also got these markers. These are gel sticks. It says vibrant color gel sticks glide easily over canvas, paper, wood, glass, and more. Out mixed media gel sticks are made of water-soluble wax with a soft buttery texture. The pastel colors blend smoothly and easily, are light, fast, odorless, non-toxic, and transparent. Work wet or dry to produce complement. Yeah, to produce complement to any mixed media project. Hassle-free setup and mess-free cleanup. Storage cases are included to keep stocks organized. And it has 12 colors. Oh yeah, it's backwards on there, but you can see the colors, right? Now, I saw someone on YouTube, use this in place of the inks for the stenciling. And this looked like it produced a better result than using ink stamps. So ink stamps is more for stamping. This is more for stenciling. So I will do a video on that and we'll test it out and see if it's true. And then I also got this paint art marker, silver, gold, and white. Now, silver and gold, this was less expensive than my Sharpie. But I do have, where did I put them? They must be up with my Sharpies. Nope, there's no, oh, those are highlighters, duh. My Sharpies are over here. See, I have silver, gold, and bronze. I usually buy the Sharpie ones because you can buy these at the dollar store. But I got these Posca. It says Uni. I wonder if it's part of the Uniball family. And so these are supposed to be really good for the adult coloring books. You can add some sparkle and you can do the white areas with this. A regular pencil crayon doesn't work as well as this. So yeah, I got this, which I might not have had to because I just realized there's a white in here. But we'll try both and see how it works. Yeah. And then we'll see the difference between this gold and silver and this gold and silver. Right? Which one is more glittery than the other? Or which one works better with adult coloring books? And which one works better for stenciling and you know, stamping and all this kind of stuff, like how to make it all work together. And I also got a pack of their dual tip coloring brush and fine watercolor markers. Now the reason why I got this is because the thicker end is more like a paintbrush. And so when I use the watercolor, as you know, I use too much water. Yeah, I use too much water and then it what is it? Or I don't use enough. No, I use too much water. Or no, I keep wanting to dry it. That's what it is. I keep wanting to dry the bristles. And you're not supposed to. It's a watercolor. You're supposed to have it more wet. Well, this, I'm hoping there's no dipping involved so that the moisture is already in there. So even though it's a watercolor, it won't be as faded because you're using, it's already all in the marker. Do you know what I mean? So the fine one, I guess the fine one would be good too, because you can outline with the fine one and then color in with the thick one. Because as I said, the adult coloring books, I do want to use them for the journaling also. But yeah, I'm still trying to figure out which tool is the best to do the adult coloring book. Colored pencils are great, but they don't look that great. There was a video I saw where they colored it in, just messy, but colored in the line. And then they took a wet paintbrush, and then it just blended it. So there's lots of different methods out there. You just got to find the one that's right for you. And I am still trying to figure out which is the right one for me. So I got this stuff to play with. This I already had. So we'll put that back. Whoop. Yeah, I have a little IKEA shelf here. I don't know if you can see it. See this shelf right here, this white one? And I use it for all my colored pencils, my markers, my highlighters. All of them are all up there. And they're all grouped according, each in a different, like this colored pencil set is Crayola. And then this one is a Scholar. And I know I have some Prismacolor in here somewhere too. I don't know which one it's in. But yeah, so everything has its own container. And then things like this, I'll just put in a cup. Plus I have like a pencil, a pen. This is my Staedtler fine point that I use like a pen. This is more for like making things stand out more. And then I have my Sharpie too. And I have a green one. What is it, green? Which ones I have here? Green, black, pink, and blue. I have my highlighter, a Sharpie, a blue pen, a red pen, a black pen, a pencil. Actually, I have 3 pencils here. Anyways, yeah. So this will probably go in this one. Let's just put it in. And that's, oh, yeah, that's, there is one more thing I wanted to talk to you about. Oh, they're sealed in plastic. Oh, smart. So you can actually mix it inside. That is so cool. But what I don't like is all the writing is in Chinese or Japanese or something. Mitsubishi Pencil Company. Uni Posca. And that's all, oh yeah, 0.07. PC1M. And that's it. Everything else is in either Chinese or Japanese. It says white, silver, and gold. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I guess I should read the instructions. There's some instructions with it. I'll read it when I'm bored. All right. Oh, the other thing I wanted to show you. Okay, that is going to be filed away. Now, this is something, I didn't buy this. Well, I did, but in the past. I already had it. But you know how with the journals, I'm trying to think of ways to decorate it. Okay, I'm going to use this as an example. So, if I decide to put this on a cover, what I could do is drill a hole on either side and put a rivet. Rivet it to the cover of the journal. I didn't think of that before. And I wonder, the rivets should be, as long as it's not the Spider-Man one that has the bubble, the Amazon bubble packaging. So that one probably won't work. But on some of the journals that it's just material on both sides and it's just an envelope inside, then I could probably rivet this onto it as a label with my rivets. There's an idea. Another thing, I forgot, I have these. These are little corners to put on your journal. Now, granted, some of the journals have the lace trim I put along the side. I probably won't be able to do it on those. The Spider-Man, the Forest Fairy, and the Glittery Princess, those 3, oh, and mine, I could probably put this on. Mind you, on mine, it might be too thick because I have the ribbon on both sides. So this is probably for something thinner. See, they're not very big, the rivets. Look at it compared to my fingers. It's not a very big corner. I probably would need a thicker one to do my journal, but I could use it on the other three. I forgot I had that. And then this, I was thinking, if it doesn't work with the rivets, or I decide to put the label on a journal that is thicker, I could do it with this. Right? These are those, what do you call them? Paper something? It's a stamping scrapbook. That's not what they're called. Brand, company name. Oh, I don't know what they're called. You know, to clip some papers together. I have a bigger one. You know, when I stop this video, I'll probably remember what they're called. Isn't that a pain? Such a pain. See, I have the bigger ones too. And then they split like that. And you put all your papers on it, and then you open it up, and it holds all the papers together. Butterfly something. Butterfly clip? I don't know. But anyway, so these are a lot smaller. Whoops, I lost that one. It's in here somewhere. Whoops. Nope, not in there. All right, well, I'll just take another one out. So this is the standard one you buy in the stationery store. And then this is the one that I got off of Amazon. See the size difference? So this would work, putting that wooden label on the cover of a journal. Yes, you'll have to make a hole through it and put this through. And then you'll probably want to put something backing it, like glue down something. Inside the cover, you could put like a paper label just to cover this up. But yeah, there's the big one and the small one. So I thought that was pretty cool. I forgot about that. And that's saying that you have a thicker one, because I think the rivets would look nicer. But that would be if the cover is thinner. If the cover is thicker, you may want to go with this route. Anyways, that's been an hour of talking. I need to let you go. That's everything. Everything's all cleaned up now. I'll just put this stuff away. Or actually, I'll put this back over there. So my office is now clean. I can move on. I might do the journal tomorrow. I did want to start my exercise videos. From fall till spring, I do exercise in the house, just like stretching, moving, kind of aerobic kind of thing. Just because of the arthritis in my joints, it does help to loosen up and take care of those aches and pains. So I do, it is time for me to start. And in the winter, you don't go out as much, so it really pays to do exercise at home. Also, I am now putting collagen in my protein shakes, and I've started up my protein shakes again. So I want to do a video on that whole thing, that whole explanation. So I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow, if it's going to be next week. There was something else I wanted to record too. But I will leave you here. Remember, do what makes you happy, and everything else will fall into place. All right? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.